From James Charles trying to talk himself out of a grooming scandal to beauty gurus crying with no tears. Here are the most loved versus most hated apology videos in YouTube history. Let's start with one of the most shocking comebacks in internet history. EDP 445 disappeared for years, then returned with an apology nobody saw coming. EDP 445 was once the face of meme culture, loud, wild, and impossible to ignore. But after the 2021 Predator sting, he vanished. No videos, no posts, nothing. For years, people assumed his internet career was over. Then in 2025, he came back with an apology.
I'm going to take full responsibility for my actions.
No intro, no music, just him, sitting there looking like a shell of his former self. And for the first time, he didn't crack a joke. He didn't deflect. He owned up. He took full accountability. No blame and cancel culture, no fake tears, no I was set up nonsense. Just straight up guilt. And the internet didn't roast him. Instead, people were stunned. Comments said it was that he's not 100% wrong. Minors shouldn't be chatting up adults. One wrote that his apology was good. That awkward feeling when EDP puts out a better apology than Colleen Ballinger. Reddit threads blew up. Not because they forgave him, but because they finally saw remorse. Despite being a vile human being, he at least managed to pull out a better apology than Colleen. That's the only compliment he'll receive. Next up is one of the most mocked apologies ever. Laura Lee's 2018 video became internet gold for all the wrong reasons. Laura Lee's apology in 2018 was triggered by the resurfacing of her old racist tweets from 2012. One of the most controversial read, "Tip for all black people. If you pull up your pants, you can run from the police faster." That tweet and others like it spread like wildfire during the height of the beauty community drama. It all exploded after a photo of Gabriel Zamora flipping off the camera, captioned "Bitch is bitter because without him we're doing better," went viral. The pic featured Gabriel, Manny MUA, Nikita Dragon, and Laura, and it was clearly aimed at Jeffree Star. Jeffree's fans retaliated fast, digging up receipts on everyone in the photo. That's when Laura's old tweets came back to haunt her. As backlash grew, her follower count dropped by hundreds of thousands. Brand deals vanished, and with the pressure mounting, Laura posted, "My apology." She sat down in front of the camera, visibly shaking, with tears rolling down her face. But from the jump, it didn't feel right. Viewers instantly called out the crocodile tears, saying she looked more upset about her subscriber count tanking than the drama itself. And then came the now infamous line, "I'm sorry if I offended anyone." Yup, if. Not what she did, not who she hurt, just a vague PR-sounding blanket apology. No mention of the racist tweets, no direct accountability. The internet ate it alive. Reddit, Twitter, YouTube, everyone memed it. Comments called it Oscar-worthy, and not in a good way. The like to dislike ratio was brutal. Over 600,000 dislikes before YouTube hid the numbers. It went down as one of the fakest influencer apologies ever. Instead of cleaning up her image, Laura Lee became a punchline. Now let's take a look at an apology that actually worked. Jenna Marbles showed everyone how to take real responsibility. Jenna Marbles' 2020 apology came after fans resurfaced some of her old offensive videos. The most controversial included a 2011 skit where she wore dark makeup to impersonate Nicki Minaj, widely viewed as blackface. In another clip, she mocked Asian accents in a rap parody. She also made shaming comments in a "What Girls Do in the Car" video. At the time those videos were made, Jenna was one of the biggest creators on YouTube. But in a message, she didn't excuse the content or say she'd grown since then. Instead, she took full accountability and removed the videos herself. She made it clear she wasn't being canceled, she was holding herself accountable. And she decided to step away from YouTube indefinitely. That decision, paired with the way she handled it, made fans emotional. Even those who were hurt by her past content say they respected her growth. Unlike many who post tearful apologies for damage control, Jenna walked away quietly and left behind a legacy of sincerity.
Address and apologize for, and I'm happy to do that.
Moving to another controversial case, James Charles tried to explain himself, but missed the mark completely. In 2021, James Charles was accused by multiple underage fans of inappropriate messaging, some claiming he flirted with them even after being told their age. Screenshots spread across TikTok and Twitter, and the pressure mounted fast. After weeks of silence, James uploaded, "Holding myself accountable."
I fully understand my actions and how they are wrong.
He opened by admitting to messaging two underage boys, but rather than calling it what it was, he said he was reckless and had a power imbalance with his fans. That wording instantly rubbed people the wrong way. He didn't use the word grooming. He didn't fully explain how the conversations got that far. Instead, it sounded like a PR cleanup effort. He framed the situation as a misunderstanding, blaming his desperation for a relationship and not properly vetting people's ages. Viewers called it manipulative. It felt less like he was sorry and more like he was trying to protect his brand. Comments were filled with backlash, saying the apology avoided the core issue. The fact that he deleted the video and his crazy stands are still welcoming him up with open arms after what he did is disgusting. Hope to never disappoint you again. That sentence didn't age well. Users on Reddit were quite disappointed. James, you weren't looking on Snapchat talking to these guys for a relationship. You were looking James. You weren't desperate for a relationship, you were desperate to Let's keep it 100. Here's a story about second chances. Logan Paul's first apology failed, but his second one changed everything. In early 2018, Logan Paul faced a massive backlash after uploading a vlog showing the body of a suicide victim in Japan's Aokigahara forest. The internet exploded. He was accused of being insensitive, exploitative, and completely tone deaf. His first apology, rushed, shaky, and filled with excuses.
For that, from the bottom of my heart, I am sorry.
Fans and creators tore it apart, but then came his second apology, a complete shift in tone, titled "I'd Be Here Tomorrow." The follow-up video wasn't about him, it was about the issue. Logan interviewed suicide prevention expert Kevin Hines and visited the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. He let others speak and listen. He showed self-reflection and made it clear he was trying to understand the real damage his video had caused. He didn't cry, he didn't beg for forgiveness, he educated himself and used his platform to do some good. Audience reaction? While many were still angry, others said the second video showed real growth. Comments like, "I understand everybody hated him for it, but this video is actually really important," began appearing. Real shit cried while watching this. Being a person who has had suicidal thoughts and has felt alone, this has helped me. Thank you. He did a stupid thing, but this was an incredible apology. Over time, the video helped shift public perception. It didn't erase the mistake, but it showed Logan was willing to change. And in a sea of weak influencer apologies, that one stood out. Next is an apology that felt totally fake. Tana Mongeau's robotic response fooled no one. In 2020, Tana Mongeau uploaded a video titled "An Apology" to address rising backlash over her past racist behavior and mistreatment of former
push
friends.
it under the rug and I run away from it and I hide from it until I can't anymore.
Particularly Kathleen Berry, a black creator who accused her of being performative and toxic behind the scenes. Right from the start, the apology fell flat. Tana sat in front of the camera with a blank expression, reading directly off her phone in a robotic, monotone voice. No energy, no emotion, no specifics. She vaguely referenced mistakes and people I hurt without ever naming them or addressing what she actually did. Viewers quickly noticed that there were no real signs of remorse, just a scripted attempt to save face. It felt like a checkbox apology, bare minimum effort, just enough to say she addressed it. Audience reaction? Brutal. Fans and critics alike said it looked like a hostage video. Comments called it soulless, embarrassing, and Tana is deleting her comments faster than Hillary emails. I don't care about the money, put ads on an apology video. People weren't ready to forgive her at all. Absolutely not. She deserved that shit so hard. She was in the height of her lying, exaggerating dramatics. She needed to be humble. Kathleen Berry responded, saying the apology lacked accountability and was only made after Tana lost followers. Many labeled it one of the worst influencer apologies of all time. Let's talk about a heavy moment on YouTube. Shane Dawson finally faced his past without making excuses. In 2020, Shane Dawson uploaded "Taking Accountability" after years of controversy caught up to
There's no
it.
excuse for it. There's literally no excuse.
The video was a response to mounting backlash over his past racist skits, use of blackface, and disturbing jokes involving children, all of which had resurfaced and gone viral again. For once, Shane didn't crack jokes or use dramatic edits. Sitting alone in a dim room, he looked genuinely shaken. He didn't deflect or blame others. He admitted to years of problematic behavior. He didn't make any excuses or talk about cancel culture. He accepted full responsibility, even going as far as saying he deserved the consequences. The tone was heavy, quiet, and uncomfortable, in a way that felt honest. At the time, the audience responded with surprising support. Many called it his most genuine moment on YouTube. Though criticism resurfaced later and opinions changed, taking accountability initially stood out for its lack of PR spin. It felt like Shane was actually dropping the act, and for a moment, people actually listened. My heart was racing the first time I watched it. I was genuinely afraid for what he was going to say. I can only imagine how far it would have gone had he continued recording instead of ending it when he did. Moving on to a messy situation. David Dobrik's first apology was so bad, he had to try again. In 2021, David Dobrik posted a video titled "Let's Talk," following serious allegations involving members of the Vlog Squad. The controversy centered around a 2018 vlog that documented a group member facilitating a sexual encounter with an intoxicated woman. Allegations later reported by Insider. The backlash was immediate and intense, but David's first apology, a disaster. He didn't post it on his main channel, but on his smaller podcast page. It was barely 2 minutes long, comments were disabled, and the tone felt off. He addressed the situation vaguely, saying he didn't agree with some of the content his friends made and didn't stand for misconduct. He never mentioned the victim's name or gave any real detail about what happened. Worst of all, he smiled at the end of the video. The internet saw it as complete damage control. Critics said it felt like he was more concerned about sponsors leaving than taking real accountability. It was so weird hearing him without the laugh video. Why does the internet always give the wrong people a platform to abuse others? The backlash to the apology was so bad, David returned days later with a second video, this time on his main channel with a more serious tone, longer runtime, and comments enabled.
I'm so sorry, and I really let not only you down, but a lot of people down, a lot of people that watch me.
It was a slight improvement, but for many, the damage was already done. Fans and creators called out how long it took for David to speak up and how his initial response minimized a deeply serious situation. Here's something completely unexpected. Even Master Oogway had to apologize to his fans online.
I'm ruining YouTube.
Master Oogway, the wise turtle of the Kung Fu Panda universe, dropped an apology video in 2024 titled, "I Have Failed You." After centuries of peaceful wisdom and cryptic advice, the internet has somehow turned on him. Fans began calling out his mysterious sayings, accusing him of being the original gaslighter. But this time, the cryptic one-liner didn't land. He addressed accusations that he always left the heavy lifting to others. Oogway admitted that maybe, just maybe, some of his advice was a bit too vague. Audience reaction? A mix of laughter and love. Comment sections exploded. Bro was yapping about how he didn't do anything wrong because YouTube didn't remove any of his videos. Now they banned his entire channel. The irony is sweet. The only valid point he had was the demonetization. Funny how he got banned for community guideline and not for hundreds of copyright strikes he received. The video ended with a soft flute tone and a fade to cherry blossoms. Whether parody or not, fans called it the most poetic apology ever. Even in his guilt, Master Oogway kept his style, wise, calm, and kinda confusing. And somehow, it worked. Finally, we have the most serious case of all. Travis Scott's response to a real tragedy shocked everyone for the wrong reasons.
We're actually working right now to identify the families so we can help assist them through this tough time.
In November 2021, tragedy struck Travis Scott's Astroworld Festival when a crowd surge during his performance led to 10 deaths and hundreds of injuries. Videos flooded the internet showing fans screaming for help, climbing structures to stop the show while the music continued. The world watched in shock, waiting for Travis to speak. When he finally did, it only made things worse. Travis posted a short Instagram story-style video in black and white, rubbing his forehead, speaking in a soft, dazed voice. He's never once mentioning the victims by name or clearly taking responsibility. There was no direct apology, no emotion, just repeated face rubbing and vague statements. The internet instantly tore it apart. People called it lifeless, rehearsed, and completely out of touch. I watched the documentary and someone was literally lifeless being carried out, and bro was really like, yeah, while seeing the kid being carried out, and then continues the show. Travis Scott is a devil worshiper and he used this concert for sacrifice. This message was brought to you by my lawyer ad video. The backlash was fierce. Many felt the video was more about protecting his image than acknowledging the horror of what happened. Even worse, during a later interview with Charlamagne the God, Travis claimed he didn't know people were dying until after the concert. Fans didn't buy it, especially with the footage of chaos during the show all over social media. The apology wasn't just disliked, it was seen as proof that Travis Scott wasn't ready to face the gravity of what happened. Instead of calming the storm, the video added fuel to the fire. For many, it remains one of the most insensitive and poorly handled public apologies in recent memory. Some apologies sparked healing. Others turned into punchlines, disasters, or full-blown scandals. From EDP's shocking remorse to Laura Lee's crocodile tears, these videos proved one thing. When the internet demands accountability, faking it won't cut it. If you want more deep dives into internet drama and redemption fails, hit that subscribe button and don't miss what's next.